Hey, everybody, it's Jessica Hampton from Childcare Confidential. I am so excited that you're here today. I am flying solo today. My co host Katie Dink is not with us today, but she will be back soon. Let's get into it. Summertime, summertime. It's 6:45 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in July. Two teachers just texted you saying they were going to be out for the day. Your school agers show up in 20 minutes. The AC in the toddler room is making a weird noise that you've never heard before, and you're pretty sure it shouldn't be making. And you're standing in the parking lot doing ratio math in your head before you've even had your coffee. If that's your summer right now, this episode is for you. Today, I'm telling you why summer eats childcare teens alive. The three lies that we tell ourselves about it every single year, and the exact moves that I use to get my staff and myself to August in one piece. If you're like me, you love when August rolls around. You love the fact that there's organization and honestly, less field trips. While they're fun, they're tiring. There's a lot going on in summer. Let's walk the structural math. Why this season is generally harder, not just because it's hotter than others. Our population in our schools flips. The school agers flood in full days, big energy, different supervision demands than your year-round littles, and vacations collide. Families pull kids out, revenue wobbles up and down, and the exact moment that staff want their own time off, while coverage is wobbling, you also may want a vacation too. Who would have thought? Both are legitimate. Both hit in the same 6 weeks. The ratio math gets meaner. One call out in July does more damage than two call outs in October. The environment fights you. The heat, the rain, the water play setup, the water play teardown, the sunscreen, the hydration, the protocols, the field trips. Every fun thing is an operational lift that someone in your organization has to carry. Whew. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you have been the one having to carry it. The point is, your team isn't weaker in the summer. The job is heavier. And here's how we make it worse. The lies that we tell ourselves every June. Lie number one, we'll push through. It's only 10 weeks. 10 weeks is a very long time. It's long enough to lose your best teacher. Burnout doesn't just wait for the fall. Sometimes people need to go on vacations and they want maybe more than 1 week. How do you handle that in your organization? We have to meet ratios, so there has to be a fine balance. Lie number two, summer is supposed to be the fun season. Fun for the kids, because if we're honest, it's more work for the adults. Every splash day is an operational plan that has to be executed to a T. Stop guilting your team for not being summer camp energy when they're carrying double the logistics. Lie number three, my team would tell me if they're drowning. No, they won't. They'll just quietly start looking. The signs show up in the call out patterns, the more requests off, the short tempers, maybe during transitions, and room that's suddenly I'm always fine. What to actually watch for instead of waiting to be told is important. Watch for the signs so that you can face burnout before your team does. Give them solutions, give them resources, give them a paid day off. Let's talk about the survival plan of summer. 5 moves to get you to August intact. Number 1, re-staff to summer reality, not your February schedule. Because let's be honest, times are a changing, and February is old news by the time you get to summer. Build your coverage plan around the vacations you already know about. A float or a resource person isn't really a luxury in July. It's your ratio insurance. Number 2, shrink the program to what you can actually staff. Maybe cut one field trip. Simplify the themes for the week. I used to go all out every week, every summer, and it's exhausting. It was wearing me down, and I love seeing the smiles on the kids' faces. But we have to be real. We can't wear ourselves down to where we have nothing left just for a smile on a child's face. You've got to be real with yourself, what you can actually do. So maybe not every theme week needs the whole hallways redone to match the theme. Maybe not every theme week needs the 1500th craft that you're going to do. Maybe you need to scale back a little bit to what you can actually staff. I know that with the subsidy cuts going on in Indiana right now, our school has had to really do this. We had to simplify some things this year. And thankfully, we have amazing families, and we told them what was going on. And they jumped in and started helping with some of the things that we had on our plate just to help us simplify things so we wouldn't burn out our staff. Make the physical load a little lighter. That's number 3. Water play systems that one person can set up. Whoa, who would have thought? Heat rotation schedules. Change up your playtime if you need to outside. Prep once and then reuse the same thing all week, including with your water play. The goal is fewer adult hours per more fun when you are trying to do a lighter physical load. Number 4, spend small on morale weekly in July specifically. Cold drinks in the break room, covering someone's closing shift, a real thank you note, maybe with a note and a name and the reason why you're thanking them attached. Micro recognition in the hard weeks beats the fall staff party every single time. Number 5, protect the leader. That's you. It's so important to protect yourself because you can't pour empty from an empty owner cup. If you remember in the last episode that we did about coaching a World Cup team, you remember that you're the thermostat and you set the temperature for the rest of your team. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't set that temperature for your team. So I want to encourage you today to say out loud to your team one boundary that you are going to keep the rest of this summer. And make sure your team sees it and sees you model it. It's so important that we model what we're saying to our teams as well. So we've talked about the lies that we believe, and we've talked about the 5 power moves to really keep us flowing through summer. We've talked about, the call-ins and the ratios. And you need to understand that even though summer can be stressful and a little bit overwhelming at times, you are not failing. The season is heavier. So you have to lead like it's heavier. You have to call out those boundaries and stick to them. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again, if you haven't checked out our Vault coaching program, it is a great place where you can come together with peers and talk about real things that are going on in your school in a confidential space. And you know what? There's not a lot of people out there that really understand what childcare directors and owners face on a day to day. And so it's really important that you have that space, whether it's with us or with somebody else. If you know somebody that could use these 5 power moves to get through the rest of the summer, please, please feel free to share. We would love to have you listening, checking out what we put out, and just encouraging each other. It's so important in this field that we encourage each other for specific things. The owner down the street, maybe you bring flowers sometimes. Because you know what? If anybody knows what you're facing, it's probably the owner down the street. And we need to connect those communities together more so that we can stand together for the children. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You guys are fabulous. We love doing this. This has been just a joy to our week to get on here and kind of share some of the things that we've gone through. You'll never hear me say, you can make this much money if you just do this. That's not my style. I like to coach through real experiences that I have faced, and I hope that it helps someone else. So hopefully today this helps you and you come alongside us and we'll do more together for the kids and for the early childhood educators that are out there. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.